All we got is us look down the bench like it's championship or bust. Next man up. All we got is us look down the bench like it's championship or bust. What up, Liberty fans? What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to New York Liberty Fan TV. It is your boy Rem. The Liberty head to Minnesota and detach the Lynx. That's the best I could come up with. We detached the Lynx 111-76 and moved to another season best 27-7. The best start in New York Liberty history. But before I continue and speak anymore on how we waxed them Lynx last night, I need y'all to do me a favor. Hit that like button, hit that follow button, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. This is New York Liberty Fan TV. We are presented by the Bucket for Bucket Podcast Network. Again, I am your host, Rem, in the building here to speak to you about how the New York Liberty are awesome, how we are going to make a championship run, how Breanna Stewart is MVP, how Courtney Vandersloot is the best pure point guard in the WNBA. I got so much more to say. I got so much more, but that's what I wanted to kick it off with. But again, this was a great game for New York Liberty fans. And it was just another matchup between the Lynx and the Liberty, another superstar matchup between Breanna Stewart and Nafisa Collier. And we got the better end of that. As you know, as of late, we have been back in the winning circle, but the Minnesota Lynx historically these past few seasons have been spanking on the Liberty, and we are finally here to get ours. They completely cooled them down. The Lynx definitely were just coming off of two wins to the Dallas Wings that we didn't think they were going to win. I did not think they were going to win one of those games. It was very chippy, but they took all the chips and they won. They beat the Dallas Wings twice back to back. Something we didn't expect, and they've had some good games this season. And they've beat us once this season as well, while we were without Courtney Vandersloot. So this was good payback, good comeback. The team comparison, we shot the tray ball well. You know how we do. We're more than likely to always win that 3-point matchup because we got people like Sabrina on our team. We got Breanna Stewart. We got MJ, who was actually out. Quick injury report. Maureen Johannes was out with a foot injury. Somebody stepped on her foot on the game on Friday. So this was more so precautionary measures. She could have played, but this was precautionary. I like that we're taking some rest and giving players other opportunities towards the end because we want to be fully healthy for this playoff run. And I like what Coach Sandy's doing with that. So shout out to her. Shout out to MJ. Get well soon. We hope to see y'all soon. The bench mob stepped up. The bench mob completely stepped up, but I'll get into that more. Back to the team comparison. 3-pointers, we hit 12 of 27 to their 8 of 21. The field goal matchup, we hit a lot more field goals than they did. Assist matchup, we only won by 3. We had 22 to their 19. They moved the ball pretty well. So do we. But our starters didn't play that long, I want to say that. And then the rebounding matchup, we won that with the help of Breanna Stewart, Steph. JJ didn't have such a great game this game, but it was like I said, it was an overall team, collective, a group effort that got us this W in Minnesota today. And like I said, they beat them down. They beat them down, hands down. With MJ out, our bench mob stepped up. We went to KT first. We went to Steph, and then we got Jocelyn Willoughby in to fill in. She made some key plays. She didn't score anything, but she made some smart plays, chasing loose balls, offensive rebounds. Some good passes, moving the ball. But I want to speak about Kayla Thornton. I want to speak about KT because I tell y'all all the time, KT is a prolific defender. But as of late, I don't know what Sandy said to her. I don't know who spoke to KT. I didn't speak to KT. I don't know if she's watching the show. But KT, amazing job. Keep doing your thing. She came in the game. She scored 7 points. She knocked down 2 big tray balls. She is activity at its finest. She can guard 1 through 4, 1 through 5 on some cases. And right now she's starting to look for her shot. Guys, KT is a starter on any team in this league. And to have her coming off the bench, some of our bench mobs, KT, MJ, they are starters on any team in this league. On any teams in this league, Maureen Johannes and KT are starters. And I'll go as far as even saying Steph as well, former WNBA champion Stephanie Dawson. They are starters. So to have them coming off of our bench, my bad guys, that's my unity poster that just fell off. I did a horrible job at putting that up, but my unity poster just fell. We're gonna put that back up because it's all about the ladies, the queens of Kings County. But yeah, like I was saying, our bench mob looks pretty good. It's pretty decent to have three players that can start on any teams in this league, come off your bench and bring that type of veteran presence. We need that. But KT, amazing job. Continue looking for your shot. Continue playing aggressive defense and doing your thing. Doing your thing. Let's also look at the board. Benijah Laney had 15 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. Again, another one of our prolific defenders. Shit, that's what we know her for. Like, we know Benijah as a great defender. She is Mrs. 94 feet when we need her to be, but she can put that ball in the basket. And like I say, in my humble opinion, she's the best in the paint, the best guard in the paint with finishing with her left hand. She is amazing with both hands. And I always see her. She deliberately goes to her left hand all the time. And that's not something like you really got to work on that. So shout out to Queen B for that. Sabrina Ionescu dropped 19 quiet ones. She had 19 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 steals. You know her. She's lighting them up from 3-point. Her activity, to me, I'm gonna be real with you. I still think to this day that Sabrina Ionescu is one of the most underrated and overhated players for some apparent reason. I don't know why, but y'all gonna learn to put some respect on Sabrina Ionescu's name, especially after she's a WNBA champion, because she's put in a lot of work to get here and is one of the best players in this league. So shout out to her. JJ, like I said, didn't have a great game, but her body, her presence was still there and felt. She only had 4 points, 5 rebounds, an assist, a steal. You get a block here and there, but it wasn't JJ's night, and that's okay because we had monstrous nights from the other starters, from Courtney Vandersloot, from Sabrina Ionescu and Breanna Stewart. I'll get to them in a minute. We seen bench mob minutes. Hansu was on the field. Sabali was on the field. Willoughby was there with Johannes out. And I love to see the blowout wins because we get to see our girls get some. Han knocked down 2 big threes. Steph knocked down a 3. Dope stuff, man. So I love this team, and I love to see the activity that they're putting on the court. Now, before I speak of these final 2, I know how we do on the show. We give our flowers to our players. We give our flowers to our athletes. We love Courtney Vandersloot, and we keep telling y'all Courtney Vandersloot is the best pure point guard in the WNBA currently. She's been this way for a minute. She's been this way. I like no disrespect to no other players, but in our humble opinions, Courtney Vandersloot is the best point guard in the WNBA, the pure point guard. Now, it's not about scoring. It's not about like setting people up and putting people in the right places and also doing your job at a high level. That is Courtney Vandersloot. And yesterday she moved into history. Courtney Vandersloot becomes the second player in WNBA history to have 4,000 career points and 2,500 plus career assists, joining Sue Bird. Sue, I told you we coming for you, Sue. We love you, Sue, but we are coming for you. We coming for that number 1 spot on assists. I'm hopeful that Courtney Vandersloot gives us some more seasons and keeps rocking out because we want to see Sloot pass Sue Bird. But I will say that she actually did this, the 4,025 100 mark. She's reached that quicker than Sue Bird. So we'll see how this goes, man. But like I said, humbly, this salute to the general, Courtney Vandersloot, the best point guard in the WNBA, hands down, humbly hands down. Shout out to one of the GOATs, Courtney Vandersloot, and our New York Liberty. Now, what y'all really here for is to hear me speak about Breanna Stewart. I spoke to y'all why Stewie is MVP the other day, and I still got more reasons to tell y'all why Breanna Stewart is still the MVP. Y'all need to put some respect on it, all right? Like I said, y'all, we must speak about Breanna Stewart, give her flowers, about her being one of the GOATs to this game, one of the best players. She's etching her way to become one of the best players in not only the league, but in Liberty history. Amazing, amazing. Last night in through three quarters, I tweeted during the game. I said, because at halftime, I think she had about 27 and 8 and 3 assists. And I'm like, wow, oh my. In my mind, I'm like, give me 54. Give me 54, Breanna, because you know why I asked for 54. But in my humble opinion, we didn't need it. In three quarters, Breanna Stewart dropped 38 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 blocks in three quarters, y'all. If she wanted, she could have gotten that 54 if we was not blowing them out like that. And mind you, she only made it to the line a couple of times, a handful of times. Most of her points just came from giving them buckets. That was it. She hit her career high 6 threes last night, Breanna Stewart, a career high. I don't know how many times she made it to the line, but it was under 10. It was under 10. She shot under 10 free throws, guys. She had 38, 11, 2, and 2 in three quarters of basketball. She didn't play the entire fourth quarter. Breanna Stewart is goated. Why Breanna Stewart is MVP? I tried to start my own hashtag because I didn't know y'all started one, New York Liberty. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was kind of upset because I'm like, I see everybody doing their campaigns for their MVPs. Where's our MVP campaign? We need to do better. We need to do more to speak about Breanna Stewart and what she's doing. And I'm like, okay, what's going on here? But SYC for MVP is the hashtag. So we're gonna keep New York City for MVP is the hashtag, and that's what we're gonna be using throughout this whole time. Now, I'm going to do this again. If anybody missed it, you could go on the gram, you could check it out. But I'm here to tell you exactly why Breanna Stewart is MVP. First of all, before I even move forward to tell y'all why Breanna Stewart is MVP, I want to wish the queen a happy birthday. Breanna Stewart, happy 29th birthday to Breanna Stewart, one of the best players in WNBA history, top 25 for sure, and will be one of the best New York Liberty players in history. Shout out to her. Wishing you many, many more, champ. Wishing you many, many more MVP. But we need to speak about this. We gonna take a pause on the birthday wishes, and we need to speak about why you are MVP. I need the people to know. I need the people to know. First of all, before I even speak about this, I need the Stephen A's respectfully. I'm gonna say this respectfully because I love these guys. These guys are inspirations to me. The Stephen A. Smiths, the Kendrick Perkins, the LeBron James, those guys. Because I specifically heard all of you three mention something and say something. It's okay to have your favorite players. It's okay and this, that, and the third. But some of these guys, they do not watch the game. They are not keeping up with the WNBA, and it's showing. It's very prevalent. It's very prevalent, and it's almost embarrassing to hear them speak on this and not have the knowledge of the game that you really should have in order for you to speak on some of these matters of speaking on MVP. You guys are using the criteria and are just picking out the most popular players, and because of they're playing for the best team, because they play for the Aces, and all you hear is aces, 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 and Asia. You're in your heart it tells you, oh, I'm gonna just say Asia Wilson this thing and make it front like I know what I'm talking about when it comes to the WNBA. I'm no expert, guys, but I watched the game. And I can tell you guys are not watching the game. You're not watching the game because y'all are so caught and clear cut, like, oh, Asia Wilson's MVP. And it's almost as if you haven't even looked around. And I'm not saying for y'all to just be like, oh, Breanna Stewart's MVP. I've heard none of y'all say Alyssa Thomas' name. I've heard none of y'all say Nafisa Kalia's name. I heard nobody say Jewel Lloyd's name. I don't hear y'all saying Breanna Stewart's name of you three. And y'all sit there and then y'all make all of these picks like, oh, Breanna Stewart's MVP. Asia Wilson MVP hands down. Do y'all understand what y'all words are doing? First of all, y'all popularity and y'all can sway opinions just off of saying certain stuff. So it's important that you stay educated and know what you're talking about before you make these type of claims and stuff like that, because somebody out there is influenced by you. They're influenced by the things that you say. And after hearing y'all say that and hearing y'all speak on it and not being able to elaborate much, only saying, oh, she's the best player on the best team, is crazy to me because y'all know that it's not the standard and the criteria for this. This is not the standard and criteria for MVP. So if we are going to speak about the MVP conversations, respectfully, I'm gonna need Stephen A. I'm gonna need Kendrick Perkins. I'm gonna need LeBron James to be quiet. Reach out to Monica McNutt. Reach out to Cheryl Swoops. Reach out to Rebecca Lobo. Reach out to those ladies. Reach out to Doris Burke. Reach out to those ladies and ask what's going on in the game right now. If you're too busy to watch and keep up and see what's going on with this lovely game of the WNBA and everything that's happening this season, if it's too much to you, speak to the people who are actually invested in it, because what you're doing is detrimental by saying, hey, she's the MVP, because of the fact that you know that this team is popular and she's one of the most popular players, and you just cut caught in your ways. This is the MVP, and you're not making any real judgments to say, you know what, I saw this. Like, you're just saying it just to say it, just to act like you keep up with the game. So don't do that. Like, the WNBA is growing. Not everybody watches, and it's okay. It's okay. But the people who do watch, I need you to reach out to them. Educate yourselves. Don't just say detrimental stuff like, oh, Asia Wilson's the MVP because she's the best player, and not do your research, because that's crazy. You guys are reporters. You guys have to do the research. So don't speak on the WNBA game and try to sway opinions if you are not yourself fully invested in watching, because you guys are missing out. It's one of the best seasons, hands down, and you guys are missing out, and you guys are making claims to say things without really putting together, the due diligence and research to see who the true MVP is. So that's my only thing that I'm asking from Stephen A. Smith, from Kendrick Perkins, and from LeBron James, to do the research before you speak. Stop saying, I don't care who's your friend, and because this is my friend, so I'm gonna say this, or so and so, or if you want to act like you're invested in the, don't do that. Educate yourself. Again, speak to Monica McNutt, speak to Doris Burke, speak to Rebecca Lobo. There's so much more that I could name. There's so many different commentators, reporters I could name to you. But yeah, please do the due diligence before y'all do that. And now, I'm sorry for that segue. I must speak about why Breanna Stewart is this league's MVP. I had to go off and let y'all know, but why Breanna Stewart is MVP, this league's MVP 2023, hands down. And I'll start off with this. Again, 45 points is the single scoring record in team history, and also her career high. She has 3 40-point games this season, 1 45-point game, 1 43-point game, and 1 42-point game, the first in WNBA history to complete this feat. She has 7 30-point games this season. She is the Eastern Conference Player of the Month 5 times. And you know how many times she got Player of the Week. We don't know, but it's a lot. She solidified herself. Breanna Stewart solidified herself as the fastest Liberty player to 500 points as a member of the franchise. She also joined Maya Moore as the only players to have recorded 500 points, 200 rebounds, and 50 made threes through their first 25 games of the season. She completed that on July 30th. And Maya Moore won the MVP that season, by the way. That was 2014 when she did that. Breanna Stewart became the first player with a 25-point, 5 rebound, and 5 assist half. She did that on July 27th. She totaled the second ever in history, 30 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, and 0 turnover game. Breanna Stewart, she breaks. Oh, my bad. Breanna Stewart is on pace to be the first player. Actually, I will shout out Nafisa Kalia, because they will be the only 2 players to do this, and I believe they both will, to average over 20 points, 8 rebounds, at least 4 assists, 1.5 steals, and 1.5 blocks in a season. Only 2 players will have ever done that. Breanna Stewart being one. And it'll be this season, guys. This season. So Nafisa most improved, and Stewie MVP, yes, are the only ones. Breanna Stewart is currently shooting 46.5% from the field goal. She's shooting 38% from three, which is not too shabby, and 80% from free throw. Guys, Breanna Stewart is a power forward. She is not mostly inside working in the paint with her back to the basket, getting to the free throw line and stuff like that. She's creating off the dribble, off screen, balls, like whatever it is, she's creating inside, outside, inside, outside. However you want it, Breanna Stewart's going to give it to you. And then she breaks the single season record in teams. She's currently at 785 points. She breaks the single season points record. And then to add the icing on the cake, she's on pace to break the single season record by Diana Taurasi with 860 points. There's about 7-8 games left in the regular season. Breanna Stewart is currently at 785, which means she is 75 points away from breaking Diana Taurasi's record. She needs to average about 15 points a game, which is very doable for Breanna Stewart to pass that record. And that's just to name a few. That is just to name a few. She also reached her 4,000 point career points this season. She's beast-like. All right, she's an animal. All right, she's the MVP. I just want to bring these to you guys. I want to bring that criteria to you guys because it just goes to show you what Breanna Stewart is doing for the game of basketball, how amazing she is, how important she is to her team. And I will always continue to remind you guys that the New York Liberty were nowhere next to contentionship until Breanna Stewart arrived. Yes, we got other players, Courtney Vandersloot, we got JJ and stuff like that. But Breanna Stewart is that glue, is that leader, is that person who's going to set the tone for us to be where we need to be. This is our leader, our MVP, hands down. And thank you. And I continue to thank you for choosing New York City. I thank you for choosing to do what you do for the WNBA players with the charter flights and everything, for starting your own league in the offseason. This is player empowerment. This like Breanna Stewart embodies that. She embodies player empowerment. She embodies the future, like what it looks like for the future. She's not just about herself. She's such an unselfish superstar, and she's doing things to help pave the game and grow the game of the WNBA game. Charter flights and things like that. Like that's just to name a few. But I'm gonna keep going on a rant because I told y'all before I could give y'all 30 reasons. Today's her 29th birthday. If y'all want, I'll give y'all 29 reasons. Or if y'all want me to combine it together, I'll give y'all 59 reasons why Breanna Stewart is this league's MVP. And again, this is no disrespect or shade to the Alyssa Thomases, to the Asia Wilsons, Nafisa Kalia, Jewel Lloyd, all doing amazing things for their teams and the game of the WNBA basketball. But this season, hands down, Breanna Stewart, in my humble opinion, is our league's MVP for all of these reasons that I just named here. And we still have ways to go. So I'm going to leave y'all with that. I'm going to let y'all marinate with it. I need y'all to think about it. But please do think why Breanna Stewart is this league's MVP and the best player. And again, just a reminder, last night's game, we separated the Lynx. We separated the Lynx 111-76 behind Breanna Stewart's 38-11 in 3 quarters of basketball and her career high 6'3". So that about it. That's all I got for y'all. Our New York Liberty moved to 27-7, a franchise best. Our next game is actually tomorrow, part 5, the final matchup against the Aces before the playoffs. So we'll see how that goes. And shout out to all of y'all. I don't have the stats. I know there was a few other games yesterday, maybe, but I usually have that to give y'all quick buckets. So I don't have that, but I will leave y'all with this quick bucket right here. I want to shout out to Teresa Weatherspoon. She is the head candidate for the Chicago Sky job, head coaching job. And I've said this on numerous occasions, and I'm gonna say it again because I don't believe it's just the Chicago Sky that should be reaching out. I believe NBA teams should be reaching out to Teresa Weatherspoon as well. She again is a great leader, a motivator. If you look at her game, her style of play, the way that she played basketball, you can tell she's very knowledgeable, high IQ. Those teams are going to be good defensive teams. I'll tell you that for sure. They're going to be good defensive teams. And she's a motivator. She's a true leader and a motivator. And that's something that you want on your sideline, you want on your bench. And that's whether if it's the W or the NBA. Because like I said, I dream to see a Teresa Weatherspoon on the sidelines coaching because she's powerful. She's a very powerful person. And I'm sincerely wishing Teresa Witherspoon the best on as she interviews for these jobs. Like I told you, I really wish, but this is not my life. This is not my life. This is not my dream or anything. But I tell ya, I think she is more so than the W. I think she's suited for the WNBA, and I would hope and pray. I would love to see Teresa Witherspoon or any female become the first head coach of an NBA team, because it will show you exactly like how knowledgeable, how awesome these women are. And if you come from a most households, especially the West Indian, you see how women run the house. They run the show. They run the show. So it don't matter who it is. So I want y'all to keep that in mind. Teresa Witherspoon is not only one of the best basketball players to ever touch the game. I believe she will be an even better coach. She has success with the Pelicans. You've seen her working out with those players. They've done an amazing job, especially when they're healthy. They're one of the top teams in the NBA, and she has something to do with that. Like, she's a great motivator. So Chicago Sky, if y'all closed it, if y'all smart, y'all gonna close the deal and make sure y'all get the job done, because Teaspoon, y'all in great hands, to be honest with y'all. And if you an NBA team and you don't have a coach and you're looking for something, y'all need to start scrambling and hitting up Teaspoon before she signs the dotted lines on on that contract, because again, she is an amazing, amazing, amazing person, and motivated influencer. Like, so y'all in great hands, Chicago, if y'all close this deal. And congratulations, Teaspoon. Wishing you nothing but the best on your continued career with basketball and whatever it is that you choose to do, whether if it's coaching, commentary, I don't care what it is, Teaspoon. Whatever you choose to do, wishing you nothing but the best, because we know you're going to do it at a high ass level and you're going to kill that shit. So uh, clap it up to you, Teaspoon. That's all I got for y'all, Bucket for Buckets. I will see y'all soon. This is New York Liberty Fan TV. It's your boy Rem. New York Liberty win. We are out. Peace, y'all. Peace, y'all. I feel like I'm forgetting something too, man. Am I forgetting anything? I'm gonna shut this down and I'm gonna forget and I'm gonna be upset at myself. I ain't saying nothing, but it is what it is. This is how it goes sometimes, y'all. Peace, y'all. All we got is us look down the bench like it's championship or bust. Next man up. All we got is us look down the bench like it's championship or bust. Next man up.